Hello, fourth graders, and welcome to math. Today is Unit 7, Lesson 9, where we explore decimal numbers. So really what you're going to be doing is working with tenths and hundredths again, and being able to write the decimal from the fraction or write the fraction from the decimal. Okay, so the big goal by the end of the lesson today is to be able to go back and forth using tenths and hundredths with both fractions and decimals. Let's go. So you will need a pencil, you'll need some scratch paper, and we'll be working in 365 and 366 today. Should be a little bit shorter lesson than normally today. All right, so if you open up to page 365, what you're going to see is something similar that we used when we were just focused on fractions. Okay, and we're going to use these bars in the number lines to first label them and fill in the missing parts, and then answer these questions below. Okay, and so what you see here is the pattern. This is like our fraction bar, but we've included decimals now too. So each of these is worth a tenth. So each of these, you got to keep adding a tenth, but follow this pattern here that they're using. They use fraction, then decimal, fraction, then decimal, fraction, then decimal. Okay, so keep adding 1/10, and here we go up by 1/10. So continue this pattern and label all the way to 1 whole. And here, we're labeling every 10 hundredths. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 hundredths, 60 hundredths, continue that up. And then we also have a number line to show how many hundredths we are moving up groups of 10 again by decimals, so fractions and then decimals. Okay, so pause it right now and see if you can fill in the rest of these. Go ahead and pause it. Okay, this is what you should have come up with, right? As we continue to add fraction and then decimal, fraction and then decimal, right? And we know we have 10 hundredths eventually here. And so this pattern, really it's just counting, right? Counting by 1. You just need that decimal to show that you are in the tenths place. Well, with the hundredths, we know we're going in groups of tens, and now we're writing it as a fraction. So then we have 50 hundredths, 60 hundredths. And when I say write 50 hundredths, you'd have to ask me, do you want it as a fraction or a decimal? Because they sound exactly the same. 50 hundredths is 50 hundredths. 60 hundredths is 60 hundredths. All the way to 1 whole or 100 hundredths. Okay? So use what you know about fractions and about money, a dime, a tenth of a dollar, a penny, 1/100th of a dollar, to explain why 3/10 is the same as 3/100. So think about that right now. Maybe you don't need to write it, but say it. Why is 3/10 the same as 3/100? Pause it and think about it if you need to. Well, really the big thing is you get to 30 hundredths by multiplying the numerator and the denominator, top and the bottom, of 3/10 by 10. So that's where you multiply the top by 10, you multiply the bottom by 10. That shows they're equivalent. But I think an easier way to even think about how they're the same and why they are equivalent, because 3 dimes is the same as 30 cents, right? So that 3 dimes is 3/10, and 30 pennies or 30 cents is 31/100ths, right? And so those coins represent these same fractions, and we know that they're the same. You could go to the store and you're going to use those in equivalent ways. Okay, 1/10 now is greater than 100, even though 10 is less than 100. Explain why that's true. Well, think about the number line up here. Tenths and hundredths, just the size of them. And that's what we know about fractions, right? We started out fractions with saying the more amount of pieces that you break a whole into, the smaller those pieces get. Look how big tenths are compared to hundredths. Or think of money again as well, right? Think of money if you're talking about a penny compared to a dime. So if you divide a whole into 10 equal parts, each part is larger than if you divided a whole into 100 equal parts. That same thing applies with decimals. Tenths and hundredths, that same rule applies to decimals. Okay, so one other thing is oftentimes with hundredths, on a number line, we're not going to label every hundredth like we saw here. There is no way you're going to label every fraction or you're going to label every decimal place here, right? And so oftentimes what we do is we use our tenths to mark our hundredths as well, right? So we know this is 10 hundredths, 20 hundredths. There's a 10 hundredths in between each tenth. Okay. So here's where I want you to use your scratch paper. I want to try and write some numbers. Okay, and I want to think about it. And we're going to write fractions and decimals. And so 28 hundredths. So if you need a deposit to grab your scratch paper, do that now. And a pencil. So 28 hundredths. Think of that. All that means is this THS means we're on the right side, we're decimal numbers, less than 1. So all you're writing is 28, and it should end in this hundredths place, right? Or, you know, the fraction is 28 over 100. Should look like this. Oops. Okay, try the next one now. 37 hundredths. Write it. What does it look like as a fraction? What does it look like as a decimal? Well, 37, 7 would end in your hundredths place, and then 37 hundredths. Try it with 49 hundredths. Think about where that's going to end, right? So 0 and 49 hundredths, or 49 over 100. And last one, 81 hundredths. Yeah, 81 ending in this hundredths place here, right? And 81 over 100. Okay. Now, I want to think about placing these numbers and saying these numbers, right? And so I know if I have 0.7 or 0 and 7 what? So 0 and 7, it's going to end in the tenths place. So if it ends in the tenths place, we just call it 7 tenths, right? But this one, we'd have a 0 that takes this place, right? So 0 and 7 still, but 7 hundredths. Same with this one. So when you have a 0 that holds the tenths place, you don't say it. There is no value for that 0, but it just means that you have a really small amount because the 2 is in the hundreds. So 0 and 2 hundredths. Here, the 2 is in the tenths place now, though. So 0 and 2 tenths. 0 and 9 hundredths. These are the ones where it's going to be trickiest here, right? Where you have a 0 in your tenths place. So this one, 0 and 9, right? Your 9 would be in your tenths place. The first place value after the decimal is your tenths. If it ends there, that's the name you give it. 0 and 56 hundredths. So really all you're doing is you're saying two parts of a number. So this one in our case is always 0 for now. That will change in the future. But then you say and then it's like you're restarting a number again. So really all you need to call this is 56 and then just name it in the hundredths. Same with this one. This is just 5 and this time it's in the tenths. This is 6. Where's it ending? It's ending in the hundredths. And this is 50. It ends in the hundredths, even though that 0 means it doesn't have any hundredths, but we still have to call it that. If you eliminate that 0, we know it's the same as 5 tenths. Okay. Now, think about how we would write this now. Okay, so I'm going to have you write these on your scratch paper again. So now, last time we did this, it was just with hundredths. So write 6 tenths as a decimal. What is that going to look like? Okay, 6 in the tenths place. Now, compare that to what that would look like for hundredths, right? 6 hundredths. Don't forget that 0. You needed a 0 in there. That's really important for place value. Should look like this, 0 and 6 hundredths. That 0 needs to be there to show it's not 6 tenths, it's hundredths. Okay, 78 hundredths, write that. There you go, 0 and 78 hundredths. Now 9 hundredths, once again, in the hundredths place. Don't forget about the 0 that you'll need. 9 hundredths. Okay, 64 hundredths. Go ahead and write that. Should look like that. 2 tenths. What is that going to look like? Should look like a 2 in your tenths place. And then 5 hundredths. See if you can get it right. Did you remember to put the 0 here? If you did, you're ready to go, right? So let's go ahead and let's get some practice now. Okay, so this is page 366. You're going to do this on your own today, and then we'll go through it afterwards. So you have 8 tenths, 6 hundredths, 35 hundredths, right? You're going to name these as decimals, label these as decimals. Don't forget if something's in the hundredths place and you need a placeholder, okay? And then we are going to also apply what we just learned, making decimals and fractions into with word problems, right? They're giving you a group of people that's a whole. So here the whole is 100 people. So it's going to be in hundredths. And here the whole is 10 people. So tenths. And then answer the questions that go along with it. And then here, all you're doing is you're creating fractions, right? And then you want to write what that would look like as a decimal part of the dollar, how many cents you would have. So a penny, yeah, it's 1/100th. And then if you can simplify it, see if you can do that. Not all of them can be simplified. Try it out, okay? And then the last thing, explain why 7 tenths is the same as 70 hundredths. Think about money or number lines, okay? Go ahead, pause the video now, right? Make sure you're practicing on your own, and then restart it when you're ready to check how your work was. Okay, let's see how you did. So, like I said, the biggest places, maybe number 5 might have tricked you, 6/100ths. Did you remember the 0 in the tenths place? Okay. Other than that, same thing with 9. Did you remember the 0 in the tenths place to get 9/100ths, or did you write 9/10ths on accident like we have here? Those are very different numbers. Okay. The decimal number shows that fraction of the people who are left-handed, right? So only 4 people are left-handed, so 4 out of 100, not 4 out of 10. So if you have a 0 here, that's what you need. Okay. And then 96 people are right-handed because that's what's left. So 96/100ths. Okay. And then what decimal number shows the fraction of players who are boys? 6 out of 10, right? So 6/10ths, and the girls are 4/10ths. And then your chart should look something like this, right? These can be reduced. 5/100ths is the same as 1/20th. That one might have been tricky. 10/100ths, I bet you some of you got that it's 1/10th, and a lot of you know 25 or 25/100ths is the same as 1/4 or 1/4, right? And these are the money values of it. All right, and so one way I think you could have explained this, 7/10ths is the same as 70/100ths. Well, one thing is it's 7 dimes and 70 pennies, and you know that's the same. But if you look at number lines, 7/10ths takes up the same amount of space as 70/100ths because you know there's 10 groups of hundredths inside each tenth. So 7 times 10 gets you to 70, right? That same idea, just like if we were dealing with fractions, whatever you do to the top, you got to do to the bottom. Okay, so multiplying by 10. All right, so today your next steps are homework 7.9, and then I put a cool game in called Fraction Shoot. We have played it in years past with kids, and it seems to be one that's pretty popular. Level 1 and level 2, and I'll show you that in a second, are ones that you should be able to do after this lesson. You could try level 3, but there is some simplifying that is in that makes it a little bit tougher. And then practice in IXL. Remember, you need to log in, otherwise you're going to get that 10 question limit. All right, so Fraction Shoot. In the lesson for today, if you click on Fraction Shoot, it's going to bring you here. Okay, so this game is, here's level 1 and level 2, and what you're doing is you're trying to find these equivalents. So you can use a mouse, or if you have a touchscreen, that's fine too. So you can play either mode, right? And you can see that I have a value, 2/10ths. I'm looking to match it with the other 2/10ths. Right there, you got it. 8/10ths. Oh, 2 for 2. 3/10ths. Ooh, see how many points you can get. And then, if you can, go back and play level 2. And then, or I know you can, but when you finish, go back and play level 2. If you want to try level 3, it's pretty challenging. All right, guys. Have a great time playing the game today. Thanks for working.